So guys, this gathered blouse is the easiest blouse you would ever or you can ever make in 2025. It's like really easy to make, and the cutting and sewing time won't even take you more than 1 hour to finish everything up. So let's get straight into it. But before we do that, welcome back to my channel, and if you are just joining us, my name is Mayowa Oye. Hit the subscribe button below your screen, tap the like button also, and let's move on straight to today's tutorial. So guys, first thing you need is to first fold your fabric this way, so we can cut both front and back together all at once. So fold it this way, then measure how long you want the blouse to be. So let's say you want it as maybe 17.5. so that is what I would if I was making mine. So I'll measure 17.5 inches down. So this is 17.5 inches for me. So I'm going to fold this once again. Now I'm going to cut this out. So now remember, we have a cinched waist which starts at the underbust. So, and the length here is 17.5 inches for me. My underbust measurement is 14 inches. So I'm just going to measure 14 inches down and then cut out the excess. So you should have done that before cutting this. I should have mentioned that before. So I'm going to measure my underbust and then remove the excess. Now for the body of the blouse, you should get the biggest measurement on your upper body since it's a blouse. So, and that should be ideally your bust measurement. So your bust measurement, mine is 36. You divide it by 4, then whatever you get, you add 10 inches to it. So you can either add maybe between 5 to 10. So, but I just feel like 10 inches is a much better number, just to give you more room to gather the blouse. 6 divided by 4 is 9. Then I'm going to add 10 inches to it. That's 19. So 19 inches, I'll measure it from here, here, here. So that will be the body of the blouse. Now let's measure in our neckline. So I want it as a slightly wide neckline. So you can measure 3 inches down here, 3 inches here, 3 inches. Now let's open this up, and then we need to separate the front from the back. So I'm going to cut this at the shoulders here. Now this is the back. I already separated the front. This is the front here. Now because of the cinched waist, we'll need to add a zipper to the back. But if you don't want a zipper on your own back, that means when you are gathering the waist, you will not gather it to your actual waist measurement. You can just gather it. You can just add maybe 1 inch to it, so you don't have to bother about a zipper. For a more detailed tutorial on that, please check this tutorial linked above out. Now if you want it cinched, you would have to cut this open at the middle here so that we can fix a zipper at the middle. Now we have 2 separate back pieces, so we can then add a zipper to this. You got the drift. Now for the waistband, get the fabric, fold it this way. Then for the width, you get your, remember we said the length of my own blouse is 17.5 inches. So we had to remove our underbust measurement from it, so 14 inches. So subtract 17, and from that one, that's 17.5, I'm going to subtract 14 inches from it. So I'll have 3.5 inches. So 3.5 inches will be the length of the, width of the waistband. Remember to add ½ inch to it. So measure 3.5, then add ½ inch to it. So that will be the width of the waistband. Now for the length of the waistband, get your waist measurement. Mine is 27 inches. So I'll mark 27 inches and then I'll add 1 inch to it just for zipper. Or you can, no, let's add 2 inches to it. So measure your waist measurement, 27 inches, then you add 2 inches to it for a zipper. So yeah, this is the waistband. Now let's sew. So to sew, I'll pick up the front first. I'll sew a gather stitch at the top and below. So I'll sew a gather stitch here, sew a gather stitch here also at the shoulders, then I'll sew a gather stitch also at the hem here. Then I'll also do the same for the back pieces also. So gather stitch here, gather stitch here, gather stitch here, gather stitch here. Then we'll gather. So I'll gather this one to any measurement I want. You can gather to any measurement you want depending on how wide you want this part to be. Then for this one, you gather to half your waist measurement. So because this is the front, so my waist measurement is 27 inches. So I'll divide 27 by 2, that's 13.5. So I'll gather my waist measurement, this part here, I'll gather it back to 13.5 inches. Then for the back piece also, my waist, the remaining 13.5 divided by 2, that's that'll give you 6.75. so you gather this part to 6.75, gather this part also to 6.75, and the shoulders you gather to whatever you want. So I'm just going to do all of that now, and then I'll show you what they look like, and then we'll talk about the next thing to do. So guys, here is everything gathered. All I have to do now is to sew at the shoulders here. So place front and back together, sew at the shoulders here by 1/2 inch. Place this also, sew at the shoulders by 1/2 inch. When you are done, you can just use a bias tape to turn the neckline round. So finish up the neckline with the bias tape, and then when you are done, also at the side here, just sew a bit at the side so your body is not too exposed. So you can just sew like here, maybe 2 or 3 inches up, and then also do the same here. So I'll just go do all of that now, and then we can just complete and finish the rest of the blouse. We're almost done, guys. So I've completed the side. So remember I said you can sew maybe between 3 to 5 inches, 5 inches being the highest. So maybe 5 inches if you want it more closed. Then when you finish sewing it, then you can just tape this part here, just tape it inside just to finish the raw edges. And then now we need to attach our waistband. So just place your waistband this way and sew all the way around to the other side. So when you are done sewing, let me show you. So when you are done sewing, you can then attach your zip to the back. So if you don't want to face the part of attaching a zip to the blouse, I've made something like this before, so and I didn't attach a zipper to the back, and it still looks fit and nice, although it's not very re-snatched. So you can check out the tutorial linked above your screen for more about that. So I'm just going to complete this blouse now. I will just attach my waistband, and then I'll put it on the mannequin just so that you can see what the final fit looks like. So yeah. And this completes it, guys. The completed blouse, the neckline, the sleeve part, the back. Of course it's for a mannequin, so there's no need for, I'm not putting in a zipper, but of course you know you have to put in a zipper here. Don't forget to tap the subscribe button below your screen and tap the like button if you found today's tutorial helpful. If you do recreate this blouse, don't forget to drop it in the community tab so that others can also see what you have done. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.